My name is Bree, Morena de Santos. This is Foundations. This particular month, we are working on energetic release, energetic connection, understanding the subtle bodies of energy. And we have to figure out where we are as we begin our practice energetically. So take some time here, bring yourself to Shavasana, lying down on your back, becoming present in time and space. And of course, making any adjustments you may need to feel a little bit more comfortable. Maybe there's a blanket or block or bolster, or even a different position of the body, if that is what you need. And as you arrive to your sadhana, your sacred practice today, begin to just acknowledge what energy has accompanied you. Do you feel highly energetic today? Do you feel lower energy? Do you feel neutralized? Do you feel grounded, or do you feel in need of grounding? And just asking yourself these gentle questions from a place of observation. Taking a moment and just observe, assess the mind, the body. And then begin to allow yourself to just feel your body in time and space. Literally feeling your mat beneath you, feel the hardness of the wooden floors. Feel the temperature. Just feel your body. I'm gonna bring you to the top, okay? And then begin to relax through your jaw. Relax your right shoulder, relax your left shoulder. Allow your body to connect to the mat. To sense your breath. Literally feeling the breath moving through you. Imagining that you are recycling all of the goodness, the life. You're sharing that prana with the trees, with the sun, with the moon, with the birds, with each other, and moving it through your body with your breath. Imagining that you're giving every healthy cell more oxygen and letting go of what is no longer needed as it moves through you and out of you effortlessly. You don't need to think about anything. Your own body's infinite wisdom will begin to guide itself through this process. All you need to do is be present, relax, and breathe. Find yourself taking 3 more intentional rounds of breath here. Slow, deliberate exhalation. Give every cell of your body a delicious oxygen hug. And after you've taken your final round of breath, just allow your normal, natural breathing pattern to resume. We don't want our body to only be healthy when we're intentional with our breath. We want our body to take over. And that is what we're going to do today. We're going to literally go with the flow. Before we begin, take a moment of gratitude for self, for your body, for the time that you have to share today. And on your next inhalation, take your fingertips overhead, point your toes in the opposite direction, stretch your body. And exhale, draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. Feel free to rock from side to side if that feels good. Point and flex your toes. Release any tension in the ankles, all of the good stuff. Yes. We're going to drop those feet to the mat. Keep the knees pointed upward towards the ceiling. Bring your hands a bit overhead into cactus. So just sort of where your shoulders can rest onto the mat, a little external rotation here. And then take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Inhale the knees up. And exhale, let them fall to the left. We're moving nice and slow. Slow inhale as the knees rise. Slow exhale as they fall. Moving at your own gentle pacing. Maybe getting a little bit of a glute massage or lower back release. Starting to move the body with your breath. Let your breath guide your body. Don't let your body guide your breath. Only moving as fast as you can breathe. Hanging out on one side a little bit longer if that feels good. Inviting any stretches that your body intuitively needs. Not fighting against the body here. One more round. We're going to float those knees pointing up towards the ceiling in just a moment. And when you finally arrive, bring your hands back down by your side, palms facing down. Take a moment in this position and just observe your body in time and space. Knees are hip distance apart, maybe walking your heels a little closer to your tail. Spread your toes and maybe drop them one by one back down to the mat. Feel your palms and the bottoms of your feet pressing into the earth. Ground your shoulders. Engaging in Hasta and Pada Bandha, so locking in the hands and feet. And we're going to do some gentle articulations of the pelvis into spinal flexion, into bridge. So as you tilt your pelvis towards your nose, start to peel your spine off of the mat, little by little, until only your shoulders support you, lifting your hips up towards the ceiling in that bridge pose. Your glutes are activated here, and as you exhale, slowly begin to melt your spine back down to the mat, with your tailbone being the last thing to touch. And then tilt your pelvis towards your toes, feeling that little spinal flexion in the back of your body. And then again, at your own pace, pressing into your palms and hands, tilt your pelvis towards your nose, flatten your spine as you peel it off of the mat, little by little. And you're going to go through a few more rounds of these gentle spinal flexions, pelvic flexions, and just starting to warm up the spine, the core, and therefore the body. And of course, as you inhale, only inhaling with the body, your body is following your breath. You are warming up the body with your breathing pattern. Taking a few more rounds. That's right. Articulating through the spine. Feel your fingers and toes. One more round, and then we will land with our hips lifted towards the sky. Coming into that fuller bridge pose, pressing the palms and the bottom of the feet into the mat. Take a moment here, feel that engagement in your quadriceps. Feel your shoulders ground. Notice if your neck has any tension, relax your jaw. One more round of breath. Exhale, slowly but surely begin to release the body to the mat. Yes. We're going to draw the knees into the body. The hands can go over the knees or under the knees. Wiggle your toes, release the ankles. That's right. And then we're going to keep that right knee in. We're going to lengthen that left leg all the way to the mat. On that right side, go ahead and make little circles with the big toe in one direction and then the other. And then stop, center, point, and flex. Just pointing and flexing. You're going to end on a flex toe. Draw that knee into your body. And then exhale, release that tension. And I like to hook my hands under my knees when I start to do a little bit of this more progressive muscle relaxation. So inhale, drawing that knee towards your chest. Exhale, letting it go. Now your knee can go towards the armpit, getting into that hip flexor, or stay more squared or centered towards the chest, whatever feels best for you. This is starting to activate a little bit of pressure in and out of the digestive tract as we draw that body together on the inhale. And this is also going to activate your biceps as you feel yourself pulling your leg towards your chest. So every inhale, you pull the leg towards your body, and every exhale, you release that pull, relaxing your biceps. So take 3 more rounds at your own pace, activating the muscles and then deactivating the muscles. Only moving the body as much as the breath can handle and guide. We will end with the leg being pulled in towards the body, holding the leg, activating the biceps, but not holding your breath. So now we're kind of tricking the brain. So now we're going to take inhales and exhales while holding the pose. One more round of breath, and then release the leg. Woo! Draw both legs into the body, and then only keep in the opposite side. So it should be your left side. So take a moment as you lengthen the opposite leg down to the mat again. We're going to draw those little circles with that big toe, both directions. Before pointing and flexing, just getting into the ankle and getting into the toes. We're going to land on flexed toes towards the nose. And then again, inhale, drawing that knee towards your body. Exhale, releasing. And if you don't have a good grip, you can bring your hands under the knee. And you are pressing your thigh into your belly, ideally, right? So we're getting into that digestive tract. If you want a little bit more into that inner hip flexor, getting into the pelvis, then that knee comes closer towards the armpit. Yes, beautiful breath work here. The breath is guiding the movement. As you inhale, you pull towards your body. And as you exhale, you release. That lengthened leg is really trying to stay grounded as well. It might be so inclined to lift off of the mat, but we want to encourage that heel to stay grounded if we can. And that knee can always be bent as well if that feels better for your body. We're going to take 3 more rounds. We're going to land with holding that knee towards the body, but not holding the breath. So kind of switching it up for the brain here. And yoga is really designed to purify the body. And so this is where you start to really feel the body trying to understand what's happening. So you can kind of feel if you need to go to the restroom, that will show up for you. Or if you start to feel tired or energized, it's just your body trying to work out its energy. And that's what we want. And then slowly exhale, release that tension, draw both knees into your body again. Maybe lift your forehead towards your knees, just around your spine. and then drop your feet to the mat. We're going to walk the feet over to the right and scoot our hips over to the right as well, and then drop the knees over to the left. Eye gazes can go over that right shoulder, just taking a gentle twist. If this doesn't feel that great, you can place a block in between the knees or in between the thighs, making it a little bit more restorative. And just take a moment and observe a gentle twist, a gentle stretch. Maybe your hands placed on your belly here. I like that little tactile response where I press my palm into whatever part of my body it's gently touching, just to kind of connect with that space in my body for a moment. Look for an exhale, and then you're gonna draw yourself back center, and then press through the bottoms of your feet as you lift your hips and draw them to the opposite side of the mat, releasing the knees over. Eye gazes can go in the opposite direction of the knees if that feels good. And again, just take a moment here, observing your breath. You can place the block in between your legs to make it more restorative. Another round of breath. And then engage your core, bring yourself back center. We're gonna bring our hands overhead again, kind of in cactus. So let your shoulders relax down to the mat. And then take a deep inhale, exhale, and let those knees drop from side to side. And just come through your windshield wipers at your own pace, releasing any tension you might have just stirred up in your body, continuing to release all of the tension from last night's rest. I like to remind us that when we wake up in the morning, if we could just take a few rounds of windshield wipers right there in our bed, your spine will really appreciate that. So if you have a little time in the morning, just a few rounds after you give yourself that nice, delicious good morning stretch, draw your knees into your body, and then take a few windshield wipers before exiting the bed if you have it in you. One more round, we're gonna bring ourselves back to center. And then we're gonna roll over onto the right side of the body. We're gonna rest our head on our own arm, coming into that embryo or that fetal posture. And this posture can really represent like a new beginning, kind of like a baby being born. So just kind of think of yourself in this moment, feeling safe and secure and grounded, and needing to re-enter the world, right? Or enter the world for the first time. So find a round of breath here. And then your top hand's gonna press into the mat. Take a deep inhale. Imagine you're as light as a feather with your eyes slightly closed. Start to float to a seat into Sukhasana, or an easy pose. And just take a moment as you arrive. We're gonna draw the bottoms of the feet together, opening up through the hips. Yes. And we're gonna take some seated cat-cows here. We're gonna inhale as we lift our nose, lift our heart, bring our shoulder blades together. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, lean back as far as you can in your bind. Inhale your hands or your nose up. And exhale, release. Now at your own pace, your hands can be wherever you can manage the bind, right? So the bind is just bringing the hands to the body in this case. And we want to grab on so we can get a little deeper into that flexion. So we don't want to just use our core and passively hold on to the body. Take one more round. We're going to land with our chin tucked into the body, rounding the spine. Take a moment here, and then slowly bring yourself to neutral. We're gonna draw the knees together. Bring your hands and grab onto some of that flesh. Yeah. Knees about hip distance apart. And then we're gonna take some cat-cows here. This time we're gonna start in the opposite. So tuck your chin, round your spine. And then slowly rise. Whatever breathing pattern you're on is perfect. So don't overthink. Find your breath and move through your spinal flexion. Sounds like an ice cream truck, right? It's really messing up my mind here. I'm like, I'm here for this. feel like no one ever has cash, and I don't even know if they need it anymore. Maybe they take Venmo or something. I don't know. Okay, one more round. And then we're going to land with that rounded spine. So take a moment with that tucked chin, lengthen arms, and rounded spine. And then slowly come back through neutral. You're gonna notice we're doing a lot of pulling, right? We're really activating our biceps here. We're gonna come over into all four. Take your time as you swivel around. It's a mindful practice. So it's like, I'm an adult. This is when we're reminded. We're gonna walk those fingers out in front of us and let our heads rest in between our shoulders. Allow your tail to really stretch out behind you, lengthen through your side body, feel like a stretchy kitty cat. Find your breath here. Yes. Invite that stretch, whatever that looks like in your body today. We're gonna walk our hands under our shoulders, coming back into tabletop, and you might have guessed it, yes, traditional cat-cow. So from tabletop, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine. Inhale, lift your nose, drop your belly. Imagine you're a happy cow smelling roses. And exhale back into your mad cat, flex spine. At your own pace, take a few more rounds. You're gonna reverse the breathing pattern here. So a few more rounds as you are, nice and slow, nice and gentle. Maybe hanging out in Frady cat a little bit longer if that feels good, just getting that deeper spinal flexion there. We tend to bend our back a lot more than we stretch our back in this opposite flexion. So I like to kind of get a little bit more of that Frady cat back. Coming back through center, back through that neutralized spine, tabletop when you're ready. We're going to reverse our breathing pattern. So as you inhale, tuck your chin, round your spine. And as you exhale, lift your nose and blow. And just moving through that opposite breathing pattern. It might be counterintuitive to you. It might not be, right? We just want to keep the brain always guessing, always working. And we want the body to start to notice that it can match the breath, even if we change the breathing patterns, which we do all day long. One more round before we come back through that neutralized spine, and then we're going to activate some of our balance here. So coming back through neutral tabletop, let's draw back that right foot, tuck the toes, press the mat away from us, and imagine you're trying to ground your heel towards the earth. Eye gazes should be down towards the thumbs, just releasing the back of your neck. We crunch through that cervical spine all day long, especially if you're a texter. You're always looking down. Shift through your toes, shift your weight back into the palms of your hands. Lift that foot off of the mat in line with your spine, toes pointing down. Press into your palms, activating Hasta Bandha, so the root lock of your hands. And we're just gonna hold this pose. Find your breath, don't hold your breath. You might be instinctively inclined to do so. And then that right hip might be lifting up a little bit. See if you can drop it down. You're gonna feel that left hip just a little bit. It's a subtle movement. Nice and subtle. One more round of breath, no spaghetti arms, and then release that knee, woo! And then go ahead and let's move our body like water. So making big circles, figure 8, whatever makes sense for you right now. If your wrists are hurting, you can grab your mat into the palms of your hands. So walk yourself up closer to the top of your mat, bunch your mat into your palms, and that'll take that pressure off of your wrist. We're gonna come back to center, find your tabletop. Lengthen the opposite leg, should be your left side, but whatever's the opposite, you only have 2. But although that's a hard thing to remember. And tuck those toes into the mat. Press into your palm, shift your weight into your heel. Feel that stretch in your calf muscle. Don't overextend through the knee here, which we can accidentally do. And then shift through your toes, shift your weight forward and feel your palms again. Now lift your heel off of the mat in line with your spine. Press the mat away from you. Notice how challenging this is because you are drawing so much attention to it. Find your breath. And then that left hip is going to try to lift a little. See if you can draw that left hip down. You're going to feel that flexion in your right hip. It's a subtle movement. No spaghetti arms, especially when you do that, your arms want to buckle. Find your breath. One more round if we have it. Don't worry, we're about to release. Let it go. Woo! Walk your hands out, come into that stretchy kitty cat again. Melt your heart down, release any tension from your wrist. We are going to drop our forearms down to the mat in just a moment, but take another round of breath here before you do. Forearms are gonna come down. You're gonna slide your legs behind you and rest on your belly here. You're coming into your Sphinx. So you should be in a nice Sphinx pose. Yeah. Now, this is where we're really gonna notice what the neck is doing. So I want you to take a moment and take your nose to the sky and feel that crunching in the back of your neck. You're sinking into your shoulders maybe, press into the mat and really get out of your shoulders. And then tuck your chin into the chest. And now you're flexing your cervical spine in the opposite direction. And then come back through center. So nice neutralized spine. We can take that little grape. You all know how much I like to make wine in this class. You can take that little grape and roll it down the back of your neck to your tailbone, preparing for a feast of grapes and wine later. One more round of breath. And then slowly lower your heart down to the mat. Lengthen your arms out in front of you like a superhuman, Superman, Superwoman. Stretch in both directions. See if you can lift those toes and hands off of the mat, just resting on the belly a little bit. Find your breath. Don't hold it. And then release the body. We're going to press our hands by our side and press up like yoga push-up. And take your tail to your heels, coming into child's pose, Balasana. So we did a lot in the digestive tract and in the gut just now, right? From the beginning to lifting off of our belly to now you're compressing your belly. If your legs are together, if your legs are apart, your belly is relaxing and releasing. So bring your awareness just to your digestive tract. Imagine this little factories happening in your body. And just let there be flow in that space of your body. You don't have to have the perfect anatomical ideas here, just that there are pipes that are open and water is flowing. And with every inhale and exhale, you can experience that connection. One more round of breath. And then we're going to come up onto our heels, so seated on our heels. Inhale the hands up overhead. Exhale, cactus arms, lift your heart, draw the shoulder blades together. We're gonna take 2 more rounds. Inhale, navel to spine, lengthen. Exhale, bend through the body. Yes, inhale, lengthen, and last time, exhale, let it go. Yes, inhale, rise. Exhale your hands to your heart space, Anjali Mudra, prayer center. Take a moment here, draw the palms together. Notice what the shoulders are doing. They might be collapsing forward. See if you can draw them back. Lift your heart, spread through your chest. Press the palms together. Feel that activation in your core. Find your breath. A slight tuck of the chin to the body. One more round of breath. Pressing the palms together, they're going to float up towards the sky. The eye gazes are going to follow, even if they're slightly closed. And see if you can lean back just a little bit, coming into your lumbar spine, just taking that little heart opener, baby back bend. And then use your core to rise. And then exhale, use your core as you fold forward so you don't just fall onto the mat. Yes, eye gazes forward, shift your weight forward, come into that little cobra. Knees are grounded. Lift off as you press into the tops of your feet into up dog. And tuck your toes for your first downward facing dog. And I will give us some nice air in this starting to be a little bit humid space. Find your breath. Feel free to pedal it out if that feels good for you today. Wiggle your hips, wiggle your head, release any tension in the body. Most importantly, your fingers are spread and your palms are pressing into the mat. Engaging Hasta Bandha, locking yourself. Whatever's touching the mat is acting as a lock, like a root from a tree. One more round of breath, and we're going to slowly walk those toes to meet the hands, coming into a forward fold. Blocks can be under your hands here. Bend the knees, pedal it out. like a little pony. And then when you're ready, yogis, you're going to engage your core, navel to spine, bend your knees, let your feet press into the mat, and slowly begin to rise. Now, one of the things I love about Tai Chi, which is not a part of our traditional yogic system, is you're just working with energy. So inhale the hands up, like the sun rises. Exhale, slow little back bend. We're gonna move like water. Inhale, rise. Exhale, a reverse swan dive, hinging slowly at the hips, bending the knees whenever you need to. Inhale, let the fingers come up the shins to the knees as you neutralize your spine. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. Drop the hands to the mat. Feel the rootedness of the palms as you step into plank. Drop your knees, flatten your feet, lift your heart, lift your nose. Exhale, bring your tail to heels. Let the fingers grace through your mat as you slowly roll up, head last. Inhale, the sun rises. Exhale, release. Yes, inhale up. Exhale the hands back to Anjali Mudra, Prayer Center. Now, I'm gonna layer onto this. Every time your palms come together, this is a moment of gratitude. So gratitude for whatever, it's just, I'm grateful. Sit, inhale up. Exhale, lift your heart. Exhale, activate your core as you draw your navel to spine, folding forward. Nice and easy. You're gonna feel that engagement. Hands to the mat. Eye gazes forward, shift your weight forward, let your hands slide away. Inhale up into cobra. Exhale, press to the tops of your feet, up dog. And then exhale, down dog. Feel free to pedal it out. Move your body through the slow transitions. Feel the palms, spread the fingers. You are floating all of your body weight into the front part. Do the palms in this moment. Now, when you're ready, yogis, right leg into the sky and drop it in between the thumbs. Come into that low lunge. A great place to have your blocks is under your hands here. Let me go get some new blocks. Find your breath. You do not have to have blocks here. Just helps you to sink into those hips a little bit more when you're not trying to press your palms into the mat. So it just raises the floor closer to you. Totally optional. Find your breath. Uh-oh, you okay, pals? One more round. And then we're gonna step that back foot to reach the front and pedal it out in your forward fold. We're gonna step that opposite foot back into that lower lunge and take a moment here. Relax the jaw, the shoulders, release any tension that might be happening in the body. One more round of breath. And then step that back foot forward. Pedal it out. Release your blocks. Bend the knees, feel the bottoms of your feet, spread the toes, draw the navel to spine, slowly rise. Let the head float on top of the shoulders, nice and last. Inhale the hands up, the sun rises. Stretch the fingertips up and exhale, let it go. Yes, inhale, rise. Exhale, a slow swan dive. Coming all the way down. Inhale as we lift halfway, let the fingertips come up the shins to the knees. Exhale, fold, neutralizing the spine. Bend the knees, stepping into that gentle plank. Yoga is very functional. Coming up, down, and all around. Drop the knees, flatten the feet, lift the eyes, lift the heart. Exhale the tail to the heels. Passing through child's pose, slowly roll up. Let the fingers touch the mat as you roll all the way up. Inhale, the sun rises. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. I am grateful is our mantra. Inhale the palms up. Exhale, little heart opener. Navel to spine, control as we float back down to the mat. Palms touch down, eye gazes forward. Shift your weight through to cobra. Knees are grounded. Eye gazes up. Press into the tops of the feet for up dog. Tuck the toes, down dog. Take a moment here in this inversion. Find your breath. Palms are spread, fingers are pressing into the mat. Palms are grounded down. All of your weight is really forward facing here. Left leg high in the sky. Drop it in between the thumbs. Go ahead and come into that low lunge. We're gonna walk our hands over to the right. So they're gonna come all the way. We're gonna twist towards the right side of our mat. We're gonna bend that left knee. We're gonna bend that right knee. And we're just gonna do some side to side bendy stretchings. Don't overthink them. This is so we can move. We're just getting through those joints. We're gonna keep walking our hands as we come to that right bent knee. Walk your hands until that back foot follows, coming into that low lunge, and now the back of the mat to the front of the mat. I have some yoga teachers in the front there, so we're good. They're like, no. Find your breath here, my dears. Back foot's gonna step to the front, coming into forward fold. Pedal it out. You've been doing this. Just listen to the sounds of my voice. Bend the knees, feel the feet pressing into the mat, and slowly rise navel to spine. Let your head come up last and let the sun rise. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, heart opener, baby back bend. Inhale, invite your core as the hands come back through heart center, Anjali Mudra. I am grateful. Press the palms together, reverse them all the way back up. Take another heart opener and use your core to bring yourself back to center, and then a nice swan dive down. Hands come all the way down to the mat. Good job, teachers. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, step into a little plank. We haven't really been stepping into planks much. Drop the knees, flatten the feet, lift the heart. Cobra. Nice chaturanga. And then tail to heels, child's pose, balasana. This is where we will rest. Take some time here for yourself. Child's pose. This is a great time to tune in with your breath work. Feel free to bring a block under the forehead if that feels good, or any other adjustments that make sense for you. Your knees can stay together, pressing your belly into your thighs. Your knees can separate, letting the belly float down towards the mat. Take a moment here and observe your breath. And if you feel any restriction during just this gentle observation, please stay here in your normal, natural breathing pattern. If it feels good, start to find those deeper inhalations, preferably through the nostrils. Feel the lungs expand, pressing into the back of your rib cage through your back body. Feel the side body expand and the front body through the belly. As you exhale, see if you can exhale out of your nostrils, but if not, through the creases of your lips. Like a little steam escaping a tea kettle. And then repeat, getting more intentional with every inhale, activating your diaphragmatic muscle, engaging all areas of your body, 360 breathing. And as you exhale, really release, slow. And just feel your body responding to your breath. This might be the only time today that you get to be this intentional with your breathing. It takes a lot of resources for our body to breathe in this manner. A few more rounds if we have them. And now in your next exhale, try to activate your normal natural breath pattern. Let your muscles relax your jaw. You're in a gentle inversion in most cases here. Your head's just a little bit below your heart. So just allow your body to recalibrate. When you're ready, yogis, we're going to slowly begin to rise. You're seated on your heels. Inhale the hands up towards the sky, the sun rises. Exhale that heart opener. Inhale, lift up. This time, exhale your hands to your heart. Anjali Mudra, prayer center. I am Grateful. Let's come to tabletop. Bring your hands to the mat. Tuck your toes behind you and start to walk your hands towards your knees, coming into a yogi ball. You've got this. Yes. We're in a little yogi ball. Yes, yes, yes. Don't worry, there's no wrong way to eat a Kit Kat. And we're going to swivel towards the right, towards the mirrored ball. And then step that left foot out, step that right foot out, come into a little toad, and maybe you land in a yogi squat. If this feels terrible today, sit on a block or sit on your tail and drop the bottom, bring the bottoms of the feet together. All acciones. Yeah. If you're sitting on a block, please engage the block. Like feel the block roots into your mulavana, right? You and the block are now one. If you're hovering over the block, then you're only activating muscles that we don't want to activate. Take a moment here, see if we can connect with the pose and the body first. Feel your hip flexors relax. Feel some blocking balance challenges back there. It's a mindful practice. You did good though. You're like, I will not use my hands. Yeah. This pose is going to show up differently in your body throughout your practice. So just be present with it. Looking for tension, breathing into that tension on every exhale, releasing that tension. Any pain you might be experiencing through the knees or hip flexors, remind you to release the pose, let it go. This pose is infinitely connected to our body biologically. So sometimes it just takes time to remind the body to experience the pose. Unless, of course, your knees are like, heck no. And then we trust the knees, right? Because, you know, they win. One more round of breath if we have it in our practice. If you are seated on your tail, you're going to eventually make your way back onto hands and feet. And the rest of us will bring our tail to the sky. So we're all going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So take your time to arrive. I advise you take your block and place it under your hands. Your block can be on any level. You can even use 2 blocks here. And press into the blocks, right? Like feel yourself pressing into the blocks. If you're not using the blocks and the hands are down on the mat, that is fine as well, especially if you have that flexibility in your body. The goal is to see if we can start to lengthen through the legs, and the blocks will help us get there a little bit more intentionally. Now here's the challenge. Shifting your weight into your toes, but keeping your heels from lifting off of the mat. Your legs should be wider than your hips if you can stand that. And as you shift your weight into your heel and into your toes, you're shifting your weight forward, you're still pressing the heels into the mat. And you're inviting that deeper stretch through your hamstrings and the back of your legs. Find your breath. One more round. And then slowly begin to come out of it. Bend the knees and heel toe all the way in. So just heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. I'm going to face the camera because I always feel guilty when my tail is facing you all online. And then take a moment here. I want you to come into your forward fold and bend your knees. Your knees are nice and bent. Let your belly get nice and full of oxygen. Place your belly on your thighs. So don't suck it in, essentially. Let it flow. Feel that connection. So if you need to sink deeper to feel that connection, sink deeper. Now engage your navel to the spine and feel that engagement happening in the back of your body. Slowly rise. That is your core supporting your spine. It's not just good for selfies. Thank you, someone laughed. Appreciate that. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, heart opener. Inhale, rise. Exhale your hands to your heart. I am grateful. Let's come to traditional mountain pose Tadasana. Upside down V with our arms, palms facing forward, that external rotation. If we don't place our palms forward, we don't get that nice external rotation. We don't lift our heart. Yes. Take a moment here. Bring your awareness to your feet. Feel the bottoms of your feet pressing into the mat. Padabandha. Imagine the bottoms of your feet are the roots of a tree and you are the tree. Feel yourself connected here. Yeah. Now bring your hands to your hips. Shift your weight into your left foot and kickstand your right. For most of us, this is the harder side to begin on, and this can be your practice today. Your knee is facing forward. I want you to take your right hand into your inner thigh, and I want you to pretend you're opening up a door. Right? So you're opening through that hip flexor instead of just opening through the knee. Yeah. Go ahead and bring your hands back on your hips. And this can be your tree pose today. Resting your heel on your inner ankle or kickstanding those toes and just placing them out into the space. Also free to balance on one leg by completely drawing that opposite foot up, coming into a tree pose. Now, when you feel rooted, just like a tree, root to rise, you can begin to grow your branches. If you need to step off of your mat, because your mat isn't giving you the support you think you need, or you wish to find a wall, please honor that. Yes. Growing your branches. Just to give you some context, most adults aren't able to balance on one foot for longer than 10 seconds, not even with the support of the kickstand. So remember, yoga is very functional. Yes. Feel that root to rise. Feel your core engagement here. Feel that expansion through your body. Notice your breath guiding you, but also your breath can release you out of the pose with a really good intentional exhale, and that's okay. One more round if we haven't, and slowly let it go. Hands to hips, pedal it out. This is where I do a little salsa dancing, yeah. That's what it looks like on this side of things for me. All the hips are moving. Good job, everyone. We're gonna come back to this on the other side, but we're gonna take a little detour first. Inhale the hands up. Exhale a slow swan dive. The slowest you've ever done. Your fingers are going through honey slow. Hinging at the hips, little by little, going upside down at the very last breath, and bending the knees whenever you need to. Take a moment in this forward fold. Everyone bend the knees. Release your belly on top of your thighs. Then just notice how relaxed your body feels. Now draw your navel to spine and feel that engagement through the back of your body. As you slowly rise, press through the bottoms of your feet, inch by inch, little by little. Your head will float on top of your shoulders. When you're ready, inhale the hands up as the sun rises. Take a little baby heart opener, so not your deepest back bend ever. Inhale up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. I am grateful. Take a moment here. Yes. Feel rooted and grounded. And then when you're ready, hands to hips, just to give us a little balance. This is probably your more stable side for the most of us on that right leg. I always start us on the harder side first. So as you shift your weight into that right side, kicks down the left. Knee is facing forward ideally, and then you can open up through that hip flexor. Feel free to find your tree. Pay attention from the root to rise, and then when you're ready, your branches shall grow. So only when you're ready shall your branches grow. Now your body will instinctively hold your breath to hold the pose. But the moment we know we're doing that, let's release our breath, even if it releases the pose. Over time, you'll notice you'll be able to exhale and hold a pose of this magnitude longer, little by little. That's right. Yes. Everyone's spine looks so neutral, and that's what's important. Finding the breath. You can always come back to mountain pose. You can always come back to a gentle kickstand. Yes. A little homework. Try balancing on both feet throughout, a few times during your day. when you're brushing your teeth, something like that, just even if it's just for a microsecond. That mind-body awareness. When we're round, if we have it, and then exhale, release. Go ahead and let it go. Woo! Yeah, all that tension in the body to try to get into that pose. Yeah. All right, my dears. Inhale the hands up. That slow swan dive down. Fingers through honey, hinging at the hips. Feeling that stretch in the back of the legs, bending the knees whenever they start to talk to you. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's bend those knees. Let's come all the way down onto our knees. And then let's sit on our tail. And I'm gonna bring the camera over on this side. We're gonna be over here for just a little bit. Hang with me. Stay with me. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's lengthen out those legs in front of us into like a V. Yeah, and if this doesn't feel good, you can draw the bottoms of the feet together. We're just gonna get in some gentle stretching here. So inhale the hands up, exhale, fold forward. Now you're not looking to reach for anything in particular, so you do not have to reach your fingers as far as they've ever gone in life. It can be a subtle stretch. Pay attention to your toes. If your toes are pointed, you're gonna be activating your quads and the stretch might actually feel more challenging. If your toes are a little bit more flexed, you're gonna be releasing tension from the back of the knee. And so wherever you are, even if it's just a really minor stretch, that's okay. Take a moment and just allow yourself to be present in the stretch. Your legs are stretched, your arms are stretched, your spine is getting a gentle stretch. And now take your fingertips and we're gonna creepy crawl them over to the right side. So just walk them over. This may or may not feel good. You might really feel the tension in your muscles. That's okay. We're going to inhale and kind of lift halfway. And then exhale, get a little deeper, whatever that looks like for you. Remember, the goal isn't touching the toes, especially if you're go-go gadget arms trying to touch your toes. You might just actually pull like a muscle or something, right? So we just want the fingers to kind of float and then land. And if they land wrapped around your feet or touching your toes or ankles, awesome. But we're not trying to stretch and reach for those toes. Let your muscles relax. Let all the nerves relax. Now bring some awareness over to your left glute. That left glute is kind of just floating in time and space in some capacity. It doesn't feel as grounded as that right side. And just see if you can kind of energetically invite that glute to ground a little bit, which might make your stretch a little bit more challenging. Even if it's just a subtle movement. One more round of breath here. And then slowly begin to roll up. Take your time. Keep those legs exactly how they are. Inhale the hands up. Exhale a gentle fold forward again. Take a round of breath here. And then creepy crawl your fingers over to the left. Same idea here. Just allow your muscles to relax. As you exhale, you'll start to notice like little muscles releasing. Muscles around the knees, muscles around the back. Bring some gentle awareness to that right glute and see if you can ground that glute just a little bit, even if it's just in your mind. You'll notice a little shift of body weight or a little shift of energy kind of equally distributing itself. Taking another really deep, intentional round of breath. Yes. And then slowly begin to rise. Take your time. We're gonna shift our heart back to center. And then inhale up. Exhale the hands to your heart space. I am grateful. All right, my dears, we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together. That probably feels really good. We're just gonna take a brief moment here in bound angle pose. So our spine is nice and neutral here. Draw the shoulders into your ears and float them behind you and think of mountain pose from the belly button up. Take another round of breath. If it feels good, flap your little butterfly wings. Just kind of releasing tension that might be accumulating in your hips. And then slowly draw the knees together, and we're gonna swivel to the front of our mat. I know, yoga moves. All right, my dears, option to take this functional pose practice on the way down. So option to lengthen the legs, this is totally optional. You can just come down on your forearms and make it nice and easy. Otherwise, tuck your chin into your body. Slowly begin to roll down inch by inch, little by little. You're gonna feel some core activation to try to support you on your way down. It might feel challenging, but it is definitely functional. Yes. When you arrive, hands overhead, stretch in both directions, happy scatter, yay. Draw the knees into your body, give yourself a hug. Maybe rock from side to side. We're gonna come into a happy baby. You can come into happy baby traditionally, hands can come on the outer of the feet. You can draw the bottoms of the feet together, or you can even bring your hands under your knees. And if you don't want to do that pose at all, you can keep yourself in a little ball. Whatever feels good here. Find your breath. Yes. And then check in. Are there any other twists or turns, movements, stretches that your body is craving? Sometimes I like to do some windshield wipers here. Whatever feels good. Take your last several rounds of breath, just checking in with your body. That's right. I see waterfall, legs up the wall, hands to toe, happy babies, all the things are happening. Take these last few moments, check in with your body. I'm gonna guide us through a little practice that we do in yoga therapy, which is a gentle assessment of the mind and body. In this assessment, you are to think of a time that you have been in your highest vibration, and I will guide you through that. And you will rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 representing that highest vibration. This is simply for observation, no judgment. Bringing yourself to your present moment, begin to allow yourself to feel the support of the earth beneath you. Feel yourself present in time and space. Relax your jaw, your right shoulder, your left shoulder. Relax. Now begin to bring your awareness to the present time in your life. Maybe that's quite literal. Maybe that represents right here, right now. Maybe that represents most recent days, weeks, or even months. How do you feel physically? This represents your sleep patterns, your digestion, any ailments or injuries that might be present in your body. With 10 being your highest vibration, how would you rate your present being physically on a scale of 1 to 10? And what could you offer to bridge that gap? Bringing your awareness to your alertness, your memory, your recall, your ability to learn and retain new information. With 10 being the highest vibration, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your present being? Where in your life could you offer yourself an opportunity to bridge any gap? Bringing your awareness to your emotional side. This isn't about being happy, but rather being able to acknowledge how you feel and how to bring yourself back to balance. With 10 being the highest vibration, how would you rate your present being? No judgment, only observation. How could you help bridge any gaps? Spiritually, this isn't about your belief systems, although it could help. It's more about feeling like you belong. You have community, you feel loved, you love others, you have hope and faith. With 10 being the highest vibration in this area of your being, how would you rate your present state? Where could you bridge those gaps? Now take a moment and just observe any messages that came up for you during that practice. Remembering that it's only for observation. Now allow yourself to detach from any thoughts that you might have. Allow it to simply wash through you. Begin to bring yourself back to the feeling of the earth supporting you beneath your body. Relax your jaw, your right shoulder, your left shoulder. Feel your body relax. Slowly but surely begin to roll your body over to the right side, coming back to that fetal posture. Take your time. Take a moment here and just observe your body in time and space. Allowing yourself to feel any newness. Become present with the energy that you brought with you to your sadhana, your practice. Noticing the energy that you have cultivated and where your energy is now. Allow your body to become as light as a feather, beginning to float your body to a seat. Taking your time to arrive. When you arrive, I invite you to place your right hand over your heart and your left hand on top of that hand. A slight bow of the body as you tuck your chin towards your chest. Relax any tension present in your jaw and shoulders. And offer yourself love and gratitude. May we send love to our mother, all of the mothers present in this sacred space, the mothers that we know, the mothers that we don't, and Mother Earth. May we all go in peace. Om Shanti Om. Namaste. And happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And hope to see you all really soon. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, Virginia.
Bye-bye. Thanks. Great class.
You're welcome.